The blood wouldn't stop pouring. It soaked through the gloves, through the surgical sheets, pooling on the sterile floor beneath my shoes. I heard the beeping of the monitor flattening into one long, unbroken tone, and in that moment the world inside the operating room froze. It was him. Dr. Raymond Carter, my stepfather. The man who once told me I'd never make it in medicine. Now his life lay literally in my hands. 3 months earlier, I'd been sitting in a dim apartment, surrounded by medical books I could no longer bear to open. My surgical residency had ended abruptly after a patient's family filed a complaint, an accusation of negligence I hadn't been able to fight. They won. I was dismissed, labeled unfit. The cruel irony. The hospital that dropped me belonged to the Carter family. My stepfather's empire. He had gloated. "You should have listened to me, Ethan. You never had the precision for surgery. Some people just aren't meant for greatness." His daughter, my stepsister Layla, had smirked. "Maybe you can be our family's medical advisor. For the pets." Their laughter had followed me out of the mansion, echoing in my skull for weeks. I swore I'd never step into another hospital again. But then she called, Dr. Olivia Moore. "Ethan, I need you. Raymond's heart condition has worsened. He needs emergency surgery tonight. No one else is available. Half the staff's out with an outbreak. Please." Froze. The irony was surgical in precision. The same hospital that threw me out was now begging me to come back and save the man who destroyed my career. When I entered Carter General that night, the air was thick with panic and the sour scent of antiseptic. Every nurse who passed me looked like they'd seen a ghost. My old ID tag still worked. I hadn't expected that. Layla was there too, pacing the hallway, tears streaking her mascara. "Ethan, you came," she whispered, voice trembling. I nodded, jaw tight. "I came to save a patient, not a name." She flinched at that. "He didn't mean what he said. You know how he gets." I didn't answer. My eyes lingered on her hand, on the diamond ring that glimmered under the fluorescent lights. The same one my ex-fiancée, Emily, used to wear. A chill ran down my spine. "That ring," I muttered. Layla blinked. "Oh, this. It was Mom's. Raymond gave it to me." But no. I knew that ring. The subtle scratch under the gem, the way the gold band curved slightly inward. I had bought it. For Emily. Something inside me cracked. Inside the prep room, I scrubbed in mechanically, every movement precise but cold. My mind, however, was anything but steady. I couldn't stop picturing Emily's face. The way she cried when I told her I'd lost my position, how she'd promised to stand by me no matter what. And yet, 2 weeks later she disappeared. No calls. No explanations. Just gone. The anesthesiologist's voice brought me back. "Vitals are dropping. We need to open him up now. Scalpel. Retractors. Suction." My hands moved on instinct, slicing through layers of tissue and muscle, the rhythmic sound of the heart monitor pulsing like a countdown. Olivia stood across from me, steady and silent. She trusted me. I could feel it. Then the door creaked open. Emily stepped in, wearing a nurse's uniform. My breath hitched. "What the hell are you doing here?" She froze. "Ethan, I didn't know you'd be here." "Clearly," I said bitterly. "You're with him, aren't you?" Olivia shot me a warning look. "Focus, Ethan." But I couldn't, not anymore. My heart was pounding harder than the monitors. I looked at Raymond's unconscious face, the tubes, the fragile pulse. And I saw every betrayal, every humiliation, every ruined dream that man had caused me. Emily stepped closer. "Please, Ethan, not now. He's dying." I leaned over the table, my voice barely audible. "So was I, Emily. And you left me." Her eyes filled with tears. "I didn't leave." She glanced nervously at Olivia, then back to me. "I thought you'd never forgive me if you knew the truth." "What truth?" She swallowed. "Raymond. He wasn't just responsible for your dismissal. He bribed the review board to remove you. He didn't want you near Layla." "Near Layla?" I repeated, confused. Emily hesitated. Layla. She told him she was in love with you. He panicked. Said it would ruin the family's image. So he fabricated that complaint and made it look like you endangered a patient. The room went silent except for the rhythmic beep-beep of the monitor. I felt like the ground had vanished beneath me. You knew, I whispered. You knew, and still. I had to protect you, Emily said desperately. He threatened to end your career forever if I didn't help bury it. I stared at her, numb. And sleeping with him, was that protection too? She froze. Tears spilled down her cheeks. Ethan, The heart monitor blared. Raymond was crashing. Code blue. Olivia barked. We moved automatically. Compressions, adrenaline, defibrillator pads. The world shrank to the sound of machines and the rhythmic thud of my hands pressing down on his chest. Clear. The body jerked. Nothing. Again. Clear. Faint pulse returned. Olivia exhaled shakily. We've got him back. I stepped away, trembling. My gloves were slick with his blood. Emily stood against the wall, shaking silently, unable to meet my gaze. For a long moment no one spoke. Later, after the surgery, I found myself in the observation deck overlooking the city. The skyline shimmered beyond the rain-smeared glass. My reflection looked like a stranger, haunted, hollow-eyed. Layla joined me quietly. You saved him, she said softly. I didn't answer. She hesitated, then whispered. He'll never admit it, but you're twice the doctor he ever was. Is that supposed to make me feel better? Her eyes welled up. I never stopped loving you, Ethan. That's why he... Enough, I cut her off. You're engaged to Emily's father now, aren't you? You think I don't know? She flinched. How did you? I turned to her, every word edged with pain. Because betrayal runs in your blood. A week later, the Carter Hospital Board reinstated my medical license. Publicly, I was hailed as the hero who saved the founder's life. But inside, something in me had died. Raymond survived but never spoke to me again. Emily quit the hospital and vanished, this time for good. And Layla. She sent a single message the night before her wedding. You were always the one who deserved to heal others. I wish someone had healed you first. As I stood outside the hospital that bore his name, I realized the final irony. I had saved the very man who destroyed me. But somewhere deep down I knew, this wasn't mercy. It was surgical precision, clean cut, a perfect incision through the heart of betrayal. And just like that, the failed doctor became their savior and their curse.